Welcome to KocoSports. I am the huge one kid idiot Dave Koco from DAVKoco.com, and we're always streaming on twitch.tv/KocoSports. And they just dropped the full card today for All Together again. The original All Together was a charity event for after the huge earthquake here in Japan, and they're doing it again. I do believe the money's going to charity, but do not quote me on this. And the card looks stacked top to bottom. I might have to find a way to get a ticket to get into the building. If not, I have to definitely buy it on the pay-per-view. I love the companies working together, and I feel like this is a better situation than the Muda, because a company can't be swept, and it's impossible for the rich companies to beat the poor companies, and that really hurt attendance for a very long time. And I think it was a horrible, horrible mistake, but we love our corporations. They make no mistakes. So this is pretty packed to the gill. I like this because, you know, Okada said something a few years ago where it's like, hey, why don't we just have the champions of each league come together for Wrestle Kingdom and then show their style of pro wrestling. And I think that's it. I think, you know, all together you can grow. But, you know, rich people dominating poor companies, that's just, I was going to make an American joke, but maybe a little uncalled for. That's, but yeah, this place looks stacked. It looks unbelievable. It can't have it. I wish Dragon Gate was there. I wish Stardom was there. I wish TJPW was there. Maybe a DDT match. But, you know, baby steps. We're moving in the right direction. Should be exciting. You got Kiyomiya, who was just announced for the G1 with All Japan's Miyahara and, of course, the ace Tanahashi. I just want to come out. I try to be as clear as possible. I do not watch All Japan, nowhere near as much as I should, so I'm hoping that this will be a good jumping off point. I do watch a lot of New Japan, I do watch a lot of Pro Wrestling Noah, and All Japan I used to watch probably back in the day, the KOD, but I haven't watched in a long time, and they're very kind to me. They send me a lot of autographed posters, they send me to restaurants, so I feel kind of guilty that I'm a jerk and don't watch All Japan. So, but there's just so much content, ain't there, boys? Am I the only one that feels overwhelmed by how much content there is? I don't know. It's just me. That's one thing I do like about YouTube, though. It like gives me motivation. Like, hey, maybe only 5-10 people watch, but it's like, all right, dude. Here's my opinion. Please do not take it so personal, man. You guys should see some of the comments I get, man. It's like, dude, I thought we were friends. Like, what? Fucking, it's just an opinion, bro. All right. And they go against Okada, obviously the Kiyomiya Okada thing, even worldwide, that's picking up steam. Oyagi and Keno. Keno is amazing at cutting promos, and, you know, I think he should be the Noah champ, but that's just me. But overall, super excited for this. I'm going, I love Noah, I love New Japan, and I want to learn more about All Japan. That's where I'm going with this. And no matter who wins, not one company gets swept. Because it does hurt attendance. It does hurt fucking fandom. It does hurt a lot of stuff. But next, you have another Pro Wrestling Noah All Japan, New Japan combination going against that. You got Amakusa, Aoyogi. I apologize. And Takahashi versus Master Wato, Hayato, and Hayata. So yeah, once again, I'm going teach what we got, All Japan, and super excited to see what they could do for Pro Wrestling Noah, and like to see where the Master Wato storyline's going. I think Master Wato story can be beyond amazing, or it could drop. I also think he's improving so much, but I also think sometimes he has slip-ups. The Master Wato, his talent and story intrigues me, and like I said in a review, him losing to Takahashi, it was good. It was good. And we just got off a huge dominion that I feel like most wrestling fans enjoyed. I could be wrong. I haven't seen many negative comments about it, the people that watched it and follow it. So yeah, I'm very interested in the Master Wato storyline, and also get to learn more about All Japan, and Hayata and Mukasa are absolutely amazing. So hopefully the chemistry's there. I feel like when you work with heavyweights in different companies, because it's a slower pace, their chemistry is easier to get than if you have the X division, the cruiserweights, the super juniors, the whatever you want to label the faster lightweight guys. But overall, very interested to see where it can go. And yeah, so, and Takahashi will be going, already reported on this, will be going to Dragon Gate to take on Yamato, and that will be an amazing match. All right, this just added, and I thought they would be doing this at Dominion. There was rumors they were going to be doing this at Dominion to tease to this. They didn't. I still think Dominion was beyond amazing. This is where you got New Japan versus Pro Wrestling Noah. You got Jake Lee, Yohei, Tadazuke, and he's going against the good-looking guys versus just the 5 guys. I've said I despise both their names. You got Sonata, Kanemaru, and Taka. I think Taka's going to eat the pin, and this is just me calling my shot. I don't know if it could be happen. I think the storyline of getting swept in the Wrestle King, I for those that don't live here, I don't think you understand how much that fucking crushed momentum. I feel like if you were here and you went to the events and you saw, like, it crushed momentum. It fucking destroyed it. They went from packing arenas to the highest fucking paid fucking event in years to 1/4 of the building covered. It's like, here's the thing. You guys get offended because I speak and have a voice and all that. And in America, you go, rah, 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 rah. In Japan, they don't really do that. They just stop paying. And, when you go from 30,000 to empty arenas off one decision, maybe booking matters. Yeah, this is my home run Babe Ruth shot. I could be wrong. They basically got swept, and then Jake Lee is in storyline, an invader from All Japan, and won the title. It did not fucking work. It did not go over. I think Jake Lee and the good-looking guys are good. This is a long shot. I think they're going to be face. I think they'll get We Are Noah. They're going to do it. I mean, Jake Lee not fighting anyone in All Japan. I really do believe Noah has to win this, and I think Taka or Kanemaru is the perfect guy to take the fall. Plus, Kanemaru has a history with Noah. I don't think Sonata's getting pinned. I fucking think that. And Jake Lee's team win. Dude, just, all right. We like empty houses. I do feel like some people are gatekeepers who are like, yeah, I like it. No one else does. It's like, I don't know. You kind of want to see what you love grow and get better. Here you got New Japan versus one player from New Japan and All Japan, Nagata. I apologize. Nagata was the All Japan champ. I don't know if he still is. If he is, I apologize. Like I said, I think I'm going to make this my All Japan jumping off point. But you got LIJ, Naito, Shingo, and Bushi. LIJ still crazy over versus Nagata, Suwama, and Anzai. So it's going to be very interesting to see the situation there. I know Nagata had the All Japan title. I don't know if he still does, but I find this to be interesting. And they're labeling him as New Japan. So I find that to be interesting. So it's 3 New Japan, LIJ versus New Japan and All Japan tag up. And I'm very interested in where it goes. Nagata is always one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Father Time gets the best of all of us, but hopefully he's still rocking it and doing some things. And some of these guys, when you go to a different company, it gives you new life, but you have to be careful. It's like you're a big witch and you're pouring it in and you're like, all right, we'll get a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and it could blow up in your face, and it could also be like, oh, that's cool. So, because here's the thing. I know, like, I'm really sad that Noah got swept and angry and, like, bang my drum and think it's one of the worst decisions ever. But I want to learn about All Japan, and I want all the companies to look good. And I feel like my Japanese friend said this best. He feels that Western fans support the best company, where Japanese fans want to support the best wrestlers. And I don't know if there's weight to that. Maybe I'll do a separate video on that. I do find it interesting, though. It's like, yeah, dude, I want to see Yamato versus, Takahashi. But, like, for a lot of people, like, well, that's not going to happen in the company I watch, so I'm not going to watch it. Maybe that's a debate for another day. But either way, I think LIJ wins, but I don't know enough about All Japan, so that's not really fair. I'm going in trying to educate myself. All right, next you got Jeff Cobb, Great Khan, Henare, TJP, Akira representing New Japan, and they're going against All Japan. Saito, Honda, Sato, Tamura. Once again, I love Jeff Cobb. I think Great Khan, if he wrestles a great match in ring and he's improving and he does more of that I'm a tough guy wearing suit guy while still doing the entrance to keep the cosplayers happy, he has a lot of potential. And as far as All Japan goes, I'm excited. Show me what you got. Like I said, I don't want to be phony bologna sauce. I don't want to be phony bologna sauce. I don't fucking know. I don't know. So we're going to learn. So it would be interesting. Huge fan of Jeff Cobb, and hopefully he gets pushed to the moon. All right, next you got New Japan versus Pro Wrestling Noah. You got Narita, El Desperado, and Suzuki. What a fucking combination there. First, Marufuji, Segura, and Miyawaki. I think this might be a fucking sleeper. I think a lot of people don't realize how much of a good match this could wind up being. El Desperado, he has this aura around him like, you're great, but why aren't you great? You know what I mean? Like, you stole a Wrestle Kingdom. You are cool. You are it. Why? But why are you not it? It's kind of like a little bit like Sonata, but just more intense. You know what I mean? Like, why El Desperado am I going to star? And, why isn't he a bigger deal? At least that's how I feel, and a lot of people I talk to feel here. So overall, I think this is the sleeper match. I think this is going to be a great match, and I hope they go all out and just, have a great match. So to me, that's going to be awesome. Next, you got All Japan versus Pro Wrestling Noah. Omori and Ishikawa will be going against Go and Nakajima. Oh, I just bought their shirt. Axis. These Go and Nakajima, you throw Keno in there. These are my favorite Pro Wrestling Noah guys. So I think Nakajima is in top 4, top 5 of just intimidating, great wrestlers. I think he's absolutely amazing. I think he'd be great to be a heel and chase down any face champ. And I just think he's worth the price of admission. They sold out Shinjuku Face. They said it was the best main event in Shinjuku Face history. Was it overhyped? I don't know. I bought tickets instantly without knowing what the rest of the card was. So this is going to be interesting. You have my favorite Noah tag team versus the tag team I don't know much about. And there you go. But, Nakashima and Go, they're okay with losing. For how talented they are. If records matter, if this is AEW and records matter, their talent's up here, but their records kind of down here. And I guess you can get away with that with Noah because Noah fans are kind of, I don't want to say smarter, but they love a style of wrestling. I think Noah fans have higher standards than New Japan fans. I really do. So I think it's kind of like, I don't know. How do I do this without insulting? That's what I feel. I feel like I got to fucking tiptoe through the fucking tulips here. But it's like Impact fans compared to ROH fans or WWE fans compared to ROH fans. That ROH fan base is just built a little bit different. And that's how I feel the Pro Wrestling Noah fan base is. It's just built a little different, So I'm super excited about this. Of course, I'll be cheering my heart out for Nakashima and Go, as it's one of my favorite tag teams and favorite wrestlers. And yeah, and I'm also going to find out what Omori and Ishikawa is about. All right, next, I love this one. Now, listen, I don't follow All Japan. This one's going to be tough. You got Shoto Umino versus Yoshi Tatsu. I don't know much about All Japan. I'm more of a New Japan guy. and a Noah guy. I debate, Noah, New Japan, Noah, New Japan, Noah, New Japan, and Dragon Gate. And that's me. But Yoshitatsu, this is a little bit personal. I got to root for Yoshitatsu. When he worked in FCW, he was the kindest, sweetest human being on planet Earth. He made sure that my son was taken care of. I don't know if he remembers me, but I remember him. Yoshitatsu made sure that my son, who loved Umaga, met Umaga. He made sure that my son went around. He was so effing kind, the sweetest, kindest person in the world. So when his whole New Japan run didn't work out, it really shattered me and broke my heart. It's not, there's a difference of I'm a kind person and, your son's favorite is Umaga? Let's go find him. That's a different line. You know what I mean? And there was no cameras. There was no, this is for charity where we get paid. No, he was a genuine fucking nice guy. So for that reason, I got to root for my boy Yoshitatsu. I don't think Yoshitatsu is going to win, but I'll be rooting for him. Fun fact, if you Google search Yoshitatsu and he has all the belts, yeah, one of those are my championship belts. I don't want a little secret, but he didn't win all those titles. But yeah. But I think I'm hoping this is a surprise match. I know Shota can definitely bring it. I hope Yoshitatsu brings it. I know it's getting a little personal, but I don't see this as I'm a reporter. I think I made a mistake on the other video day. I make mistakes all the time, dude. This is literally me turning on a camera, finding a reason to keep up with wrestling. An old man hobby. Some people are like, you can't tell personal stories and say how great something is and root for them. Why not? Why not? Why can't I? So Yoshitatsu will always have a spot in my heart, and I'll be rooting for him. And I just hope it's a great match. I hope it's a great match. Dude, All Japan is so nice to me. And Yoshitatsu's there. I really ought to start going to All Japan. I really have to. All right, next you got New Japan versus Pro Wrestling Noah. You got Vegeta and Zack Sabre Jr. versus Chris Ridgway and Sean Legacy. Sean Legacy had a great match at Shinjuku Face when I was there live. I think Vegeta's gonna eat the pin, but I've made mistakes before. I think Noah wins this one, but I could be wrong. And Zack Sabre Jr. going one-on-one with one of these guys in the future would be very nice. Would be very nice. I do love Zack Sabre Jr. with the TV title. I think it's a perfect match, and he's been defending it everywhere. So him versus Sean Legacy or Chris Ridgway would be great. If I put on my booking cap, Vegeta eats the loss. Zack Sabre Jr. gets a win one-on-one with one of these guys in the future. But there you go. All right, next, you got Yoshihashi, who had such a beautiful suplex the other night. Goto and Ishii versus Pro Wrestling Noah's Kitamiya, Anabe, and Amura. I don't know who's going to win this one, to be honest. Yoshihashi has really been improving. That suplex is beautiful. Goto and Ishii, just legends, and can go in the ring. And Kitamiya, I absolutely love. I hope they push him to the moon. Just a powerhouse guy. Obviously, they're not going to do one-on-ones. They've learned their lesson. But a Kitamiya Ishii match in the future in one of the two companies would be worth the price of admission. So I don't know who's going to win this one. I'm kind of leaning towards New Japan on this one. But I think this is going to be one of the stronger matches, strong style type matches. Next, you got New Japan and All Japan going up against All Pro Wrestling Noah. You got Ino Menzo Ray. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing these names. And you got Yo and Taguchi. I pray to Sid's Light and all Taguchi fans. The Taguchi and the Super Juniors was so good. Ghetto, I am begging you, please just let that be the Taguchi. You could have been something special. And they go against Alejandro, Super Crazy, Yoshoka, and Kotoji. I believe this is going to be a fast-paced match. Going to be some exciting stuff. And the part of me, like my brain's like, oh, well, All Japan, New Japan will beat Noah because it's two companies versus one. But it's super crazy. Now, Alejandro is pretty amazing. This is a hard one to pick. I think Noah has the better wrestlers. With that said, like I said, I'm not educated on All Japan, but has been pretty rough around the edges ever since Roppongi 3K has broken up. Sometimes I just say the same things. They should have never broken up Roppongi 3K. And I'm just begging the real. If Taguchi comes out as an ass man, I'm going all no on this one. All no on this one. If Taguchi comes out as himself, I'll be like, ooh, I don't know. This is a tough one to call. All right, so that's it, boys. That's the card. They might say it. They say this is the full card. I think this card is a million times better because it's almost impossible for a company to get swept and then go from 30,000 to 1/5 of an arena, maybe less. Like I said, I know, especially some people are like, oh, fucking just be positive and be happy and all that. But as a guy that lives here in Japan, they're not going to be as vocal as a lot of people. I just saw something that was really cool that I didn't know was on. They're just not going to show up. It happened to All Japan. All Japan made mistake after mistake after mistake. They stopped showing up. Noah made mistake after mistake after mistake. They stopped showing up. New Japan, when they make mistakes, people stop showing up. So I know it sounds weird, but it matters. It's not like, oh, I'm going to be loyal to WWE and AEW, and that's my brand, and I got it on my chest. No. If they see it as a sport, and if you are not fucking providing, just imagine like the Oakland A's. The Oakland A's are in the World Series. They got tons of people there. Oakland A's are a horrible team, threaten to move to Vegas and won't pay money. People stop coming. Where I think, a lot of people stateside are like, this is my favorite company. Don't fucking critique it. We're just going to be awesome. Don't worry about the booking. Don't worry about the booking. Then it's fucking gone. Oh, everything's just fine. Then it's gone. Like you could see, look at 0-1. 0-1 was huge. And now, what is it? So it's not like people are locked in. And I think people are used to that. No, people go up and down and up and down. And to steal a line from AEW, records matter. The stories matter. Pro wrestling matters. And all together, I mean, we just had a great show at Noah. All Japan, from all my sources, are improving. Okay? Noah just had a good Shinjuku face. I don't know if I said Noah twice. And I don't know. I said Noah or New Japan twice. But New Japan just had a great Dominion. Noah just had a great showing at Shinjuku face. And from what I hear from everyone, All Japan's on the rise. Here's the thing. You might not like me complaining, but I'm going to tell you. This shit matters because the masses are not going to complain. They're going to stop showing up. Now, is that way more effective? Maybe. But I like doing this. It's a hobby. High five. Be kind to your waitress. I don't know. So there you go. I'm super excited for this. I might see if I can get some tickets. Might call some friends. I don't know if Bear wants to go. She likes going to some events, but she's like, one event a month is okay. Tell me when Ninja Mac is on. So, I don't know. It looks like a pretty stacked card, and we're going to see a little bit of everything. And All Japan, I hope that you educate me enough through this event that it could be a jumping off point to go to start following. There's so much content and so much company out there. All right. What are your predictions? Pay-per-view profits. What are your predictions for All Together Again? You can follow me on twitch.tv/KocoSports. We're KocoSports on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and the mean streets of Yokohama. With that, I am over. Hey, boom, 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 boom.